Hi, my name is Matthew Holshoff.
And my name is Eric Wigston.
And I play Jack Dunmore.
And I play Neville Shannon in the play
That Men May Fly
here at Lunchbox Theatre.
This play, That Men May Fly, is set in 1943 right here in Canada, and of course set against the backdrop of the Second World War. It tells the story of young people in Canada who participated in preparing for the war and helping to fight the war. And of course it's set against that wonderful music that is prevalent in the 40s. But really it's an exploration of what young people, and indeed everyone, but mostly the young people in Canada went through and how they helped the Allies win the war.
I think we sort of forget a lot of time, and even I didn't know, and Glenda even said she wasn't fully aware how many training facilities there were right here in Alberta, and how many of our soldiers were just very homegrown and trained right here in Alberta. And so it's nice to learn about the history we have in our own backyard, because sometimes I think when we think about war and history, we always think of just Europe and just, you know, the locations where the war happened, and we sort of forget about it was right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, talking to different people in parts of the company here at Lunchbox who have had relatives and family members fight in the war, and we sit down and we talk about grandparents and great-grandparents, and it is so localized. It's here in Alberta, which is so interesting and fun.
These are very important stories that are repeated through history, things that we should not forget. I think far too often we don't know enough about our own sterling history here in Canada, and so theatre provides a perfect venue to share that three-dimensional historical lesson with our audiences.
I think people should come see this play because it's a really important story, especially around Remembrance Day. It's a lovely story. It's full of beautiful music, authentic music from the 1940s. It's fun. It's charming, it's really touching. And it's so important. We need to keep telling these stories because as the years go on, we can't forget about these men and women.
We need to continually remind ourselves how very important what contribution Canada made, and indeed the whole world made, the sacrifices that were made, and the way that people actually stepped up and made a difference in the world. It's important to come to the play and see this kind of thing, not just to see the story of the war, but to remember that these young people who may now be great-grandparents were also once young and vibrant and had hopes and dreams. Some of them were fulfilled and some of them were not. And they deserve our respect and they deserve our remembrance.